The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Sounds like ghetto streaming.
Yeah.
All right, guys, Scar. This one's for you. The beat is fire and I'm ready to go because it's time for the Basco scenario. Some people like flair, some people like flash, but if it ain't hot, some people call it trash. I call him vanilla chocolate. He just like money fits well in my pocket. Watch it now or watch it later. His name so fly it means liberator. Sit back, relax and watch the show. Gascar, get ready, man. It's time to go. Peace. Basco scenario coming to you each and every week. Peace.
Is there any stuff?
We are starting the show.
8765. 3, 2, 1, start.
No.
Oh crap! I fart.
Anticlimactic.
Wow. Well, mental note never to use that again. Just had to be shitting all over it. Oh my god. Welcome back to another episode of the Hang on the Basco Scenario channel. Usual suspect as always. And I appreciate it. How you guys doing, man? What?
Huh?
What's up? I'm back. Yes, he's back.
Back again.
Yes, he's back.
Back from the brink of death last week.
Man, well, dude, man. That could have gone.
Could have went south.
Could have been south. Yeah.
Sound like it did went south.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
If it would have been a little bit more to the east or the west, depending which way you're standing, it can be even worse.
Like I said in my video today, if you people listen to your body, If you don't seem right, go get it checked out. Even if you're wrong, it better be safe than sorry. So.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Man. You, Danny, sir, how are you? How's your week going?
Doing good so far. Like I said, had some individuals sending Carrie Underwood money. Ain't quite figured that out yet, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. People they fall for that very easily. I don't know how.
I guess when you're in it, it's when you're outside of it. I guess when you're in it. But I don't know. I have if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
Yeah, question it all the time.
Yeah.
And so anybody see $500,000.
Yeah, I ain't that lucky.
Yeah, the woman in Houston too. She thought she was talking to Bruno Mars, and all of a sudden he's like, I want to quit touring, and I want to pay these guys. You need to send me some money. She sent him $100,000.
What? I'm in the wrong business. I just think like I'm some.
Right.
I'm Michael B. Jordan.
I'm telling you, man. I don't understand how these people can live with themselves. Cheat people like that, brother.
Yeah. I just don't have it in me.
That is
no conscious. No.
That is wrong.
Super karma, buddy.
That is absolutely wrong. I just don't know how people get away with it. Like I know a bunch of boiler rooms here in Montreal where we were one of the hubs for telemarketing fraud, especially to the elderly in the United States. It was like all over. What's that called? What was it? 2020? What is it?
Yeah.
It's big in Africa and it's big in
India.
India. Yeah.
I watched this one YouTuber. He hacks to their systems.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's funny. He scares them, man. He be telling what clothes they're wearing and everything.
Their names and everything, man.
He hacks to the cameras and everything. It was crazy.
Yeah. I think the guy who made the glitter bomb
he
got
did
together with some people, and he said they sent like
roaches.
Cockroaches.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't have the that I'm not that evil
No,
to do
I
that.
cannot.
But they've stolen like I don't millions of the elderly, man.
Oh,
I'm gonna
probably
tell
a
you.
good part.
Oh,
Homes.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you. That's why I love beekeeper so much.
yeah.
Somebody do that in real life. There need to
Yeah.
be a beekeeper in real life
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It goes around. Yeah,
and
I'll
go
support.
tip and go
Beat the
stuck them
crap.
people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one thing too, I saw me and my wife watched a documentary probably about 6, maybe 8 months ago. Like how some of them do it. Like when these elderly people go to Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
they come into some money or they have a death in the family or something, then they confide in these housekeepers and stuff, and the housekeepers get as much information as they can from them and befriend them. And
Wow.
then when they go
Oh.
back over, then
Mm-hmm.
they give all the information to these hubs, and they use that information to try to manipulate them and they
Is
get them, buddy.
But it's funny you say that.
Mm.
When I was in DR this time, right? We had to we have to see our airline because we booked our trip with the airline, right? Air Canada vacations. And when you have to go see them like the next day when you get there, just for them to tell you, okay, your bus will be at this day, you're leaving, and all this crap. But he asked a weird question that I never got asked before. And he goes, so are you using your safe? Is everything okay with your safe? And I was like, what?
yeah.
Like, in
Even,
front of other people. And right away I went on to my mode, right? When he said that, my wife was looking at him and I just looked the room. I swept the room
yeah.
and I saw like two people like looking from afar,
He's trying to
listening
fish see if
in.
you have any
So I
valuables.
was like, oh, there's a safe? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's trying to fish see if you have any valuables in your room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So I was like, nope, not saying anything. And then I would put like things certain ways in the room. So if
Yeah.
anybody would move anything, I would know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that our last trip was not that great
Wasn't it
at
good?
all. No, it wasn't. It was fun. We made the best of it,
Yeah.
but compared to the first place we went, but there we were like ease of mind, was not harassed as much.
Yeah.
It was just easy, more easy going. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next time. If there's a next time.
Mm-hmm.
But saying that, did you guys hear all the uproar of stuff like Mr. Kevin
Uh-oh.
Feige said?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
How do you guys feel about that? I'm like, I'm watching other YouTubers like kind of slowly, like they're all hurt and insulted and
I haven't got like into it like deep. I saw the headlines that he was
yeah.
what he said. So
So basically, like he said, he want to recast some people, but not certain people.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
So it's
that.
like,
I
go
was in
ahead.
another private text that we have, and
Mhm.
somebody in the text was like, "I don't even want to talk about it because he's talking about recasting Iron Man and this, and then he won't reboot." So I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, right? He was very careful of what he was saying. Right? He was
Mm-hmm.
very, very careful because he said it. Yeah, he said, or where was it? He said, um, right here. But Feige was also careful not to characterize the changes as a reboot. Instead, the executive said Secret Wars will serve as
A
a
reset.
reset
he
Yeah.
said,
for the MCU.
And I
Right?
looked it up. A reset,
Mm-hmm.
according to like computer terminology, is
Terminology.
when you erase everything,
Mm-hmm. Back to
and
factory default. Yeah.
then you put like your particular
default
software on it.
default settings,
A reboot is like you
starting
cut
it
the
over.
computer off and start it over.
Yeah.
So he trying to be using his wordplay and all this kind of crap. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do
So,
like the fact that he's trying to get it to this
Back on
one
track.
universe and
mhm.
not trying to do all this
He,
multiverse because
he
multiverse
has
is
to.
getting old.
That was that's kind of what made things all muddy with the multiverse thing. They got two
Right.
multiverse.
right.
Right.
Like I said, I said yesterday, I was saying this at Lorena Quirrell, and we've said it here a bunch of times. They're a victim of their own success. They thought they
I've
were,
said that
Mm-hmm.
a thousand times.
Yep.
they fumbled and fumbled bad because you saw the numbers for Phase 5 was their weakest box office numbers. They actually lost money.
I don't want to say they're a victim of their own success. I want to say, I'll say some of that. If I got to put it in a percentage, I'll
Mhm.
say 30% a victim of their own success. But the other 70%, a big chunk of that 70% that's left, I'm going to say 50% was COVID because they
The
were
player
on track. They were doing stuff. The end scene credits, mid scene credits was making sense. They were connected. One of the things we was discussing Monday on the show was that okay for Eternals, the end scene credit put the dark, not what's his name, the Black Knight,
Black Knight.
and
and
it
Blade.
had a little bit of Blade.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the big differences is that, and then I'll give you another one. The Marvels that had the X-Men in phase 1, 2, or 3. The movies was like a year apart, or maybe no more than a year, 18 months. But there's no need to put like these end scene credits, and you wait 3 or 4 or 5 years to make the end scene credit pay off because most of the time you're like, well, let me go back and watch the movie because I don't forget what the end scene credit is.
Yeah.
That's what too much time passed.
Right.
The end scene credits, I think, still make sense, and people are still looking forward to them. But in the first 3 phases, we saw it a year, 18 months at max, so it was still fresh. But when you do something going 2, 3, 4 years, it loses energy.
Also,
Yeah.
Dan,
Right.
put up what you said, Dan. A lot of the end credit scenes they didn't pay off.
No.
Shang-Chi didn't pay off.
Nope.
Because they wait too long to make it pay off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so none of it pays off. So none of it has meaning or value anymore. Like it did in the first phases.
Right. Like he says here, reboot is a scary word. Reboot can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Reset, singular timeline. We're thinking along those lines. Later, he added, X-Men is where that will happen next. So he's banking on.
He better.
He is banking on the X-Men.
He's gonna be under a microscope. He better not mess this up.
Yeah, but X-Men is at least 3 years out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As like I said before, they needed to take a 5-year break.
And
then just come back strong. Get everything, figure out your plan. Because that's also another thing. After Endgame and Infinity War, there was no clear path that they had of what they were doing. There was no clear trajectory where they were going with the storylines. It was all over the place.
Did you think they drift away from the source material?
Not necessarily the source material, is they didn't have a clear
What's up, Anik?
Path ahead. I don't mind you like drifting with as long as what you do makes sense in the end game, no pun intended. What's that phrase? The means justifies the ends or whatever.
Right.
The ends justify the
means. So I don't care what characters you bring in or what story plots you bring in, as long as it all makes sense and is cohesive with what you want to do. I have no problem with that. But the problem with the after phase 4, there was no clear path. They was all over the place. You look at Shang-Chi, Eternals, none of that coincide.
None.
And
it gets worse.
Galaxy 3, and then you jump back to Wakanda Forever. Then you try to do it with Kang, but that really didn't even make sense.
Thank you, because that leads to the next thing. Is like he's like seriously eating his own words. Basically, he's going back on things that he said in the past that that characters are too important to be recasted. Sometimes, and now he's doing it to recast other characters, right?
You can't blame the Jonathan Majors things on all this because they were already messed up before that.
But that's exactly. But
according to him, he said they were already talking about getting rid of Jonathan Major. Before his issues because they realized that Doom was more important than Kang was.
And I'm going to ask you exactly.
I don't believe that.
They missed the opportunity with Wakanda Forever to have some kind of Easter egg with Doom. That's where Doom should have been introduced.
I agree.
In this universe.
And many of us thought that, right? Remember, if we go back to our streams from back then, a lot of us thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, I think
we thought it was going to be.
They should have had Namor come up back to Shuri or whoever. It's like there's a bigger problem. We have to work together now.
Not even that. No, they could have. Wakanda Forever could have tied in. Not only Namor, but it could have tied in Doom because
that's what I'm saying.
Fantastic Four, because Namor has a direct love triangle with Reed and the Invisible Woman. They could have used that to kind of bring in or get I think pick up the excitement for Fantastic Four because I'm going tomorrow, but I don't know if it's all that excitement that
I'm looking forward to the movie, but I'm going in with
low,
caution.
low expectations.
Caution, yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what they've done to us, right? That's what they've done to the hardcore fans, where we were like, no matter what, we're gonna be there first day.
Oh
Now it's
yeah,
like,
but
now it's like if I can make it, you know.
Dan just said you saw that Marvel tagline, you were there, no matter
Yep.
what the movie was.
100%,
You know,
100%.
Right.
So
now
I
You
like
saw
what,
that was going to get you $500 right there.
yeah, easily. Yeah.
Just a
Yep.
Yep.
I want to say hi to a first time viewer I see here, MJ Nari. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome.
Good to see you. Good to
Welcome.
see you.
welcome.
What's up, Fletch? Fletch jumped on as well. What he said here as well, Feige noted that the X-Men comics, with their focus on Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, naturally centered on stories about adolescent characters. They have been in a place to tell stories about young people who feel different and who feel other and who feel like they don't belong, he said. We've heard this before. Doesn't that sound familiar?
don't
Doesn't it
even-
sound like Miss Marvel?
Before we get into that,
Yeah.
I think he was lying when he's saying about the Jonathan Majors thing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
There is
100%.
no reason he would pour all that money in Loki 2 to set up
Yeah.
all that story.
Mhm.
Then do Quantum Mania and send up the Council of Kings.
Yep.
There is no way they would
100%.
even go that
They
story.
Kang like got this big baddie coming up that they have to get ready for.
But I do think that Doom was a better villain
I
than
agree.
Kang is.
I agree.
But depending on how you could, because they made the High Evolutionary, which I didn't think was all that fantastic in the comic books, but he seemed pretty sinister in
His
the
character, yeah, he's a good villain.
So they can write, depending on how they write it, they can empower or depower the bad guy. But Jonathan Majors thing, he said that they talked about before then. I think it's the save face. When Jonathan Majors went to that issue, Kevin Feige's like,
You said it, Danny. Like, what they invested? What? Look at that end credit scene in Quantumania.
yeah.
The end credit scene. The
Man,
council.
When
The
I
council
saw the
of Kings.
Council of Kings, I was
Come
like,
on.
let's go. I'm
This
ready
is
to see it.
right.
Right.
We're like, this is something. When we saw all that, okay, the movie was not that great, but when we saw that, we're like, oh,
Okay.
there's more, right? Yeah, he died stupidly and fast with by
Yeah.
hands, whatever.
But,
We were like, all
bigger
these
threat.
other Kangs were like, okay, this is going to be big with Jonathan Majors.
Right.
So him saying, oh, we already had plans to pivot. Get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, what was the plan? Because when you see Quantum Mania, you had the Kangs, right? When you see Loki, you had Kang is behind it, and when you have but then you had like Shang-Chi. What happened to that? Right? What happened to the rings? What happened to the marbles and all stuff?
Yeah.
Gathering together a team. What was? It's all these Easter eggs that they keep dropping. Where's Doctor Strange's wife?
Where's
right?
Gaia?
Where's Gaia? So you're like going,
Yeah.
what? They gave us all these hints.
That's like Epstein files. We forget about that.
Where-
That never
where-
happened.
Yeah, it's like, let's not even talk about it. Let's wrap it into a ship, and we're never going to talk about it again.
Where's White Vision?
Yeah.
Well, he's getting his show.
Showing
Well,
next,
he's
next
getting
year.
his show, yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying, where is
Exactly.
Moon Knight? You
I
don't
still
know about
think they
that.
missed the opportunity in the Marvels to connect that with Shang-Chi because of the rings.
Right.
That should have been the connection with the movies. That was a perfect connection they had right there.
Yeah. I just want to get to Brooks. Hey, Brooke, welcome back. Great to see you. I think they had a path, but when the movie shows didn't do well and the fans started speaking out, they tried to fix, and then everything with Majors that had to switch.
I do agree somewhat. The shows kind of hurt them.
Yeah.
Because you had to do so much homework now, and you relied on the shows to connect the bigger. I always said the shows should have been more ground leveled superheroes,
Yeah.
and if they did good on the Disney Plus, did bring them into a movie, introduce them to a movie, and see how that does, and then go from there.
Well, look how they did with Netflix. When they had Daredevil, we had Luke Cage, we had Iron Fist, you know what I mean? All ground level. All you could do any kind of stuff. You can add mysticism in it with the hand and stuff like that. You could do all this kind of crazy stuff. Keep it local and level. And now we can't even get a Punisher show, which should be so easy to make.
He's getting his hour-long special, and he's going to be in, the Spider-Man movie.
I don't even think that the Disney Plus got to keep them local. I mean, street level.
Yeah,
The shows should strictly be for introducing the upcoming movie. I've always said it since day one. The Disney Plus should be the entree. I mean, should be the
Appetizer.
appetizer, and the movie should be the entree.
They did it
Because
right at one
they
time.
did it with WandaVision. So why would you going to veer away from that? Because WandaVision going into Multiverse of Madness was perfect.
Perfect.
So why do you not keep that same formula?
And they kind of did it with Miss Marvel,
Agents of Shield too.
with Miss Marvel and the Marvels, because that kind of tied into that.
Yeah, then they did it with one more too, DJ. What was it? I can't. It'll come back to me. They did like I say 2.5 times.
Well, if you count Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Yeah, in fact, when I sort of tied into
which should have been a movie. Which should have been a movie. I still say that.
Did you see the article? What people are saying as well? Well, we kind of mentioned it about Brave New World.
Yeah,
That it didn't do well because they should have had
Chris Evans in it.
Chris Evans in it and stuff like that. Is like
I see both sides of it, but you got to he has to stand alone on his own. He's a new Captain America.
Yeah.
and sadly, not a lot of people cared for that Captain America. Not a lot of people want to see it.
Yeah,
That's sad. It is.
Let me ask you. I think if Brave New, kind of like people didn't watch Brave New World, the TV show, and saw that movie. I think if Brave New World should have been the in between movie before you went Captain America. That should have been the transition thing. That should have been a movie.
Right. And they should have had the
That,
Serpent Society.
that would have lightened the I guess the blow or the shock of a a new Captain America for the mass public.
Right.
And I think they should have had the Serpent Society be a spy thriller. Don't make it like, oh, it's the world or something, because it's like it was more about Red Hulk than anything else. Have him, come in, be like, remember when the second Captain America came out, Winter Soldier? It was all like intrigue. It was like James Bond. Do that for Sam. Have the Serpent Society. It's more ground level. It's more like he can swashbuckle and be like international with it. Show his power. Show his mystique. And then, tie in other stuff with the government, and then, then it's set. But having him make with the Red Hulk and all that stuff, it just blew it out, and you missed opportunity.
I agree. I think Red Hulk should not have been in that movie.
No.
Him and the leader shouldn't have been in that movie.
It should have, like you said, it should have been focused on Serpent Side, more
leader,
spy thriller.
The leader wasn't a problem. The leader should have been kind of like a lower level Thanos,
right?
And pulling the strings. We could have seen him.
Yeah.
Maybe revealed him at the end. He'd be the reveal.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Giancarlo Esposito as the villain. And
what a waste.
What a waste. You had the man being the man, and he played it to the T. Yeah. We want to see more of him. When he was out of screen, we were like, where's he at?
They could have kept the Manchurian Candidate thing, but just used Isaiah instead of having
all those different people.
Have that in the focus of kind of the main underlying theme.
We could have seen Isaiah training him more up.
Yeah. And did you see Isaiah's suit that they had for the show?
Yeah, awesome. I saw it. Yeah, it looks sharp.
Yeah, how cool would it have been to have him and Isaiah team up at the end to fight the Serpent Society at the end of that movie? Right? That would have been a big thing to have Isaiah
put the suit back itself.
On.
Or having him there helping him fight the Red Hulk?
Nah, I think Red Hulk shouldn't have been in the movie.
I know, but I'm just saying that you had a great character, you had great scenes.
They should have had his daughter come calm him down, not Sam do it.
I agree the part about the daughter calming down. Like, y'all, I kind of want to push back a little bit because he did have Wakanda intact.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Tony Stark didn't have Wakanda intact. He went up against the Hulk.
Yeah,
and essentially beat him. Yeah. So I can kind of give him a pass on that.
I think we're not saying that the Hulk wasn't a bad part, and
no, but some people are saying,
no.
I think he can hold him on a fight with him. I'm just saying the storyline, Danny. I think a better storyline would have been a more grounded fight with Serpent Society, Manchurian Candidate. Take Red Hulk out of it and keep it more. Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but some of the people were saying,
yeah.
There's no way he can hold his own with it.
It's Wakandan tech, yeah.
Well, you saw the purple haze when every time he.
That argument.
You could see like the augmentation every time he threw a punch that absorbed it and all that stuff. Yeah. And plus, he took damage.
He took a lot of damage.
He took a lot of damage. He basically didn't beat him, So it's like,
I was like,
That
take the serum, Sam. Take the
yeah.
serum.
I should have taken that serum.
Yeah, he should have. He should have took the serum.
Yeah.
Most
Just-
definitely.
Yeah, I like what Bucky.
just
I know
just
that's
to
bullshit, Bucky.
finish this one off. So he says that that's the universe of regarding about going towards the X-Men, that's the universal story of mutants, and that's where we're going. Even more intriguingly, Feige also indicated another Marvel characters will eventually be recast, including its most iconic roles like Tony Stark and Steve Rogers. He pointed to many other major film franchises that have done the
Where's
same thing
T'Challa?
multiple times. And that's exactly where I'm getting. And that's
didn't.
exactly why I can understand what other people are pissed off because they didn't recast T'Challa. Because
Do you think he just
he's going back on his words.
Yeah.
He's going back on his words how certain actors are iconic to the role they're playing and cannot be recasted, right? That's his role. So he's saying right now that Tony
and
Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are not iconic enough and they should be recasted. You can look at it that way. You really can.
But is it also like an age thing? Because you're talking about that at 10 years, 15 years was this,
Yeah. No, I get it. But I'm just saying, say that, right?
Yeah.
Give more an explanation because a couple of years ago, you said, no, you're not recasting because of his iconic, his role and that character that you cannot, you have to, he will never be recasted. So you're telling me you can recast everybody else, but you won't get a T'Challa?
No, I personally think it's time. I think enough time has passed now. I was on the opposite side when it first initially happened, but I think the storyline with Sherry was good. I think if we're going to do this whole reset, this is the perfect time to recast them.
Yeah, when it first happened, I was like, I wasn't totally against it, but I was like, right now we don't need to recast them.
Yeah,
because it was so fresh and that kind of stuff. But now I agree 1,000% with DJ say. Enough time has passed. We got capable. I know 2 actors that I think can kill it.
I don't. The one kid,
Ninjas?
One that was in F1, and one that played Idris Hodge, whatever his name is. Yeah. Those 2 are perfect candidates. They could do it. I even think the guy off of Stranger Things could be a younger version of him.
If they go younger, yeah. If they go younger, the black kid, yeah.
So there are viable actors out there that could do it.
Yeah, Damon Idris? That's my number 1 pick right now for the T'Challa.
But that's not what Marvel wants, guys. They don't care. Super fans want recast T'Challa. I mean, they're just telling you can't have it.
But here's my thing: if they're talking about the new focus is going to be X-Men, we won't even see these characters really, in a sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which again, they better do this right.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Brooklyn. He should change his stance. She says he won't allow in this world to change their perspective on an old stance they had.
Yeah,
they are, but look like Kevin Feige is doubling down. Look like he's changing.
And let me just bring this in further into the article. It goes, at least 2 legacy actors may still appear in the MCU as well. Ask about his plans for a follow-up Marvel's 2024 blockbuster Deadpool and Wolverine with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Feige, in typical fashion, made no definitive statements, but also did not close off any possibilities. I think there is more fun to be had with both of those characters, right? So going back, so certain characters are going to be there. See, and he also says here, Feige acknowledged that stars who retired their original MCU roles, like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, have made it difficult to imagine anyone else in their character's shoes, but it isn't an impossible task.
Yeah, and one thing, like everybody knows that Wesley Snipes is iconic, but when they brought Mahershala Ali, there was a lot of energy. I could see him when we saw him in the uniform, wearing the outfit with the black shades.
Yep,
I could see that.
Hey, he looked good in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he looked great in Jurassic Park.
Well, you saw what he said, right, when they interviewed him.
Yeah.
He goes, well, whenever get into Blade, and he goes, well, you should talk to Kevin Feige.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny because my wife was like sitting around message. She hated Jurassic Park, but she was like, once they took out First Black Guy was gone, I was like, oh man, she was done. But then it's like, if they took out Marshall Ali, I'm walking out of the movie theater. And it was we were close for walking out of the movie theater, and then he came back, and I'm like, well, I guess we can see the end.
DeJuan says, I hope it's not Ryan Gosling.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, man, can you imagine a white T'Challa, a white Black Panther?
Well,
coming out?
it happened in the comics. It happened in the
Kanan.
comics.
Here we go.
Kanan.
Here we
I
go.
know, look at Danny right away.
I'm just saying they might tear up the theaters, boy. If they do that,
Yeah, I say Marvel. That'd be Marvel suicide if they know better.
that-
They don't want
Coles
that.
Blancos
They don't-
from Wakanda.
As they say, they don't want that smoke.
that'd be
They don't-
proverbial
Right.
nail in the
It'll
coffin.
be,
there,
it'll
boy.
be complete opposite of the black
That-
community supporting. It will be the downfall of
That would be a huge mistake.
slap in the face. Yeah, they don't.
In the philosophical words of Blade, that would be mother effers, trying to ice skate uphill on that one.
But we discussed this yesterday on Lorena's channel as well. I think Marvel shot themselves in the foot when Blade came out
And Deadpool?
and Deadpool and Wolverine.
And he made that line.
Yep.
That was the best line ever.
Oh yeah,
There will only be one Blade.
Yeah. Hey.
I think they did because one, he looked great. The fan reaction in theaters were like,
Remember, he started the MC. The
he
Marvel.
saved
He
Marvel.
saved Marvel. He
with
saved
the
Marvel.
Blades. Yeah.
The movie. Yeah. That's one of the first IPs they got. He saved it.
Not the first. One of them is that brought them back on the map.
Yeah, because
They were doing what? It
they
was
were
the
bankrupt.
Batmans. It was the Batmans that were actually
Batman's DC.
yeah. I'm saying it was the Batman. It was DC that was ruling the box office with Batman '89 and the
Marvel
other ones,
was,
right?
'cause Marvel was
Yeah.
broke. Marvel was broke at the time, and they sold.
Marvel was broke. They were going to
Yeah.
lose the whole company. Yeah.
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 And this man,
Mhm. Go ahead.
and now we have stupid Kevin Feige going out there. This is why I have no faith in it right now, because he said this. Blade reboot stalled as we didn't want to simply put on a leather outfit on Marshall Ali and have him start killing vampires. It's like, are you serious? That's literally Blade. That's the
point.
easiest movie to write. That's
That's
the whole
the
point of the
point.
movie.
Yeah.
Just
They
give
were
it.
talking about putting them in a different time period, like the 30s. I don't want to see Blade in the 30s and 40s.
I don't know. Give it Ryan. Give it to Ryan Kluger.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He said he
That's
wasn't
what he
going to do
wanted.
it.
No,
Give it to Ryan
I
Coogler.
would give both Ryan Coogler, Blade, and Black
You
Panther
can-
3.
You can say what you want. You say what you want. They give all the black characters to Ryan Kluger. I don't care. He knows what to do with them.
but Fletch said this a couple of weeks ago as well. That the people that were in the costume designs
They
for
were
Sinners
all-
were
they
the
all-
ones that were supposed to be working on Blade.
Yep.
They were supposed to be for Blade.
Because
They were
Kluger
supposed to be for the concept that they had for Blade. And I just want to say that I do believe that it was Ryan Coogler trying to sell this, like period piece Blade on it. Kind of like in some of the comics where they had, he's old in the comics. The whole thing where he was just born was the first movie, but that was a little bit of a retcon. And, introducing some more black characters like Dr. Voodoo and all that kind of stuff. People were talked about this. And I think they stole it from him. Like, I think he was like, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
And I think Sinners was a direct, like, all right, y'all did this, check it out. This is what I'm going to do with less than you guys even imagine of doing with.
And I'm happy for their success.
Yeah,
'Cause
but it's like
what did it do? Like
they're losing
400,000? Did what? 400? Hold on, how much did it make?
Yeah, it's like 300 or something now. Like, it's almost to a 400 right now, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And who knows how much
360
money they paid for it.
366
Yeah.
worldwide. That's how much it made.
Yeah.
For a horror movie. That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 366.
Imagine if it was a Blade.
Oh, budget was,
100 million, maybe.
Yeah. But also, that's, I think, part of the bigness of the budget.
90
was-
million.
90 million. So yeah.
And that went to
Good.
the cameras.
That was the camera,
shot
yeah,
on IMAX.
Yeah, that was those cameras. Yep.
That's expensive film.
That thing he had around his halo, where he had around
Yeah,
his
the double
Double shots and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And
That's
I'm
insane.
happy for the success of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted original stuff, great
And that's
simple
why-
story.
and that's why it's so good. It's something different, original. No, none of this universe, multi-universe stuff. It was a good movie.
But you see, they did it for 90 million budget, right?
Yep.
And they gave us a great story, decent effects,
Mm-hmm.
great
What more do you
wardrobe.
want?
Like
Great actors. I mean,
what
Yeah,
you
great
exactly?
actors. Yeah,
yeah,
great music.
great music. Yeah,
Amazing music.
it checked every single box.
Right.
That movie, you know.
But this
You
goes
know,
to show it
only
doesn't matter
really
if
had
you're spending. Sorry, Danny. This goes to show that it doesn't matter if you're spending 300, 200 million.
Or 90 million.
Yeah. Go ahead, Danny. You were saying.
I said they really had. They only had really three, I think, A-level actors. That
Right.
was Haley Seinfeld, Michael B. Jordan, and the guy that played the piano. The rest of them were kind of relatively no names, in my opinion. I never heard of the guy that played Remy,
Right.
That was
the
his first movie, right?
vampire.
Yeah, it's like a B actor, right?
Never heard of him. Well, we saw the smoke girlfriend. She played on Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, the rest of them
The musician is
and
that's his
Sammy.
first
That's his first
movie
role.
ever.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
but you got two big names, Haley and Michael B. Jordan. They're big names
Yeah.
in the industry right now. So
and the
And
guy
Michael B. Jordan gets paid twice.
and the guy that played the piano.
yeah, yeah,
He's a well-known actor.
yeah.
But that was it.
That's crazy, but that's the model, right? That should be the model. You know what? If I was Kevin Feige, I would have looked at that and said, take it to every investor, every talent that I have in my company, and said, look at this. Now make me 10 movies for 90 million that look as good as this, right?
Well,
And then
the
just,
problem with the Marvel is you have so much CGI you have to do, and
but
that's
do
where
you
your
have
budget.
to?
Yeah, some of these scenes because first thing we say about the Captain America. Oh, that CGI was bad in the Hulk in that one scene. So when it's the practical stuff is harder in those scenes. I
That's what I hear.
understand where how the budget gets inflated when you start doing all the CGI and the motion captures and all that stuff. So I mean, their budget's going to be higher, and then, it'd be hard to get a $90 million movie. Now, Blade, you probably could, because you can probably get more gritty, like you said, make it more dark and gritty, because it's a horror movie. You won't use as much special effects, but you got these big budgets like in game
Billy.
and stuff like that. Your budget's going to be high.
Yeah, but you have characters like the Punisher. You have characters
Oh yeah,
like what I mean.
Daredevil and
Like
stuff like
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah,
what do you? Why don't I mean that don't even make sense? Take those characters, take your small characters, make small $90 million movies, and make 300 million. Because even if you make 200 million, you're banking it, right?
Yeah. Like you said, Flitch, not much faith right now in
No,
Feige and what he's saying because of the things that he's saying. And going to that, another going back to the Kang thing. Whoops, going back to the Kang thing. Um, a lot of people didn't like the wording, right? That how things were worded. They were saying,
right?
see, we had started even before what happened to the actor happened. We had started to realize that Kang wasn't big enough, it wasn't Thanos, and that was the only one character that could be that because he was that in the comics for decades and decades. We had started even before what happened to the actor.
I agree with what he's saying that King is not a big baddie
Big
like
bad.
Doom, but
but
guess what?
you
He
could make
could
them.
just yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Because in the comic books, I read Scarlet Witch.
right.
She was not as powerful and as deadly as she is
Mm.
now.
Yep.
She was nowhere
I
near
mean,
that.
she did say no more mutants.
I'm saying
Yeah.
in that one storyline, but read anything before that. Read West
Right.
Coast Avengers. Read the Avengers. All she had was those hex bolts
Yeah.
that changed the probability. All this stuff
And
like
a great
creating a
costume.
whole
Reality and
Great,
stuff.
like
amazing costume.
creating
Yeah.
reality and going through the different multiverses and being stronger than Doctor Strange. I've never seen that besides the House of M.
Right.
Also, to push back against Feige, you gave Thanos 10 years
Yep.
to build up to what he was.
And no normie knew who he was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one, the average
Yeah.
person,
Nobody knows him.
you gave the public 10 years to make this purple guy the biggest threat, in this movie franchise, and it paid off. You gave Kang a TV show and a movie, and you want him to be on the same level as Thanos? That's not fair. I
The
mean,
only
No, that's not
reason
fair at all.
why,
that's not fair.
because Jonathan Majors was so hot. That would he was. I think he was banking on, like, I call it the
Name,
Jason Momoa effect,
yeah.
Yeah.
because there is no way in any planet, any timeline, that Aquaman should make $1 billion on Superman now.
I agree. I agree.
Well, Jason
But
Momoa,
it's the
man.
Jason Momoa
No
effect,
effect.
and
Yep.
it was it's
Wait,
a
wait, wait,
Jonathan Major
wait till
effect.
Supergirl come out and they see Lobo. It's gonna be a Jason Momoa effect.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah, oh for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all read that
I,
That's
thing I
the
sent
biggest
y'all?
draw.
yeah,
Supergirl's
Like,
gonna be that.
like they said, Superman can never. I
you
didn't
can never
realize he
beat
was
up.
that powerful.
Mhm.
But it said he could destroy every single cell, or he can
Lobo, yeah.
regenerate.
Yeah, he like Cell from
That is crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, but the thing with Jonathan Majors and Kang that I didn't understand is like literally you have a world traveler, different dimensions. There's different Kangs,
Mhm.
and why if you build up the character, this is why I feel like he's not running this right. All you have to do is have a King from a different dimension that doesn't look like, you know, uh, Jonathan Majors, right?
Yeah.
And you
You can,
did it with
yeah,
Rhodey, right?
right,
Just switch it
exactly.
out
That's a
and
good
build
point.
the character. You
And
already set up the character. Just go ahead and go with it.
they're in the comic book, the one they show the Council of Kangs, like a lot of them.
Yeah,
There are different Kangs that don't
yeah.
look the same. So I see what you're saying.
So it says FX head also shooting himself in the foot, running his mouth, saying today that Alien fans don't care about continuity like the MCU, which
Yeah.
is BS.
Oh,
The TV
yes.
show doesn't follow prequels, but Romulus does.
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
saw that.
WTF?
Ah, come on, man.
Yeah, did you see that? Timothy Olyphant and all stuff said also that it was going to be focusing more on like climate change or something like that. And
Really? Hug a
What?
yeah,
tree?
and I was like, that's so messed up. You're like, I want to see
I
this.
want to see aliens ripping people apart. That's why I
Yeah,
can't see
that's
the alien
literally
movie.
that's the MO,
Look,
right?
look at I love Brooke here. She says, "I'm glad I'm not a producer or director because y'all never satisfied." Like seriously, WTF? Yeah,
It's crazy. No, that is true, but that's just called being passionate about something that you like.
Yeah,
yeah.
because I said in my video today, I feel like the Alien and the Predator franchise are getting I wouldn't even call it a reboot, a reawakening, which I liked. Because I've always been a fan of these franchises. They kind of let me down in the last few
Mhm.
movies they had, but from Prey, Alien Romulus, Killers, and that this Badlands looks good. So I'm all for it.
Hey, pull up what Brooklyn is saying. 'Cause I'm not quite understanding her statement. She said, "I'm glad
Uh
I'm
oh.
not a producer or director because y'all never satisfied." What are
Mhm.
you talking about? Where I don't understand what she's saying.
Because we're criticizing like the producers and the movies, and we're never satisfied. That's what she means.
We're satisfied, but I mean,
We have our
it's complete.
Fletch, you sent this. What is this?
Yeah, so that was today. They were talking about uh, basically Alien Earth, right? So Timothy Olyphant, who is one of the stars in it, him and the I guess they had an interview, him and the director, and
Mhm.
he says introducing concern about capitalism and climate change in Alien Earth.
Wow.
No writer, no highly caliber isn't cognizant of the things we've grappling with. Storytelling, regardless of its futuristics or if it's historical, is always going to be about the time in which it's written as much as the time which is set. Noah's writing about what he sees in front of him, and that's
What's that
like
even
one
mean?
of the things
What's that
that
even
I
mean?
can't stand about modern writing.
I mean,
Wow.
I get it because you write about what you know, and and whatever you write has influence. But again, this is an alien movie. I just want to see aliens and some acid, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, going back with what Feige was saying, right? He goes because of the Fox acquisition, we finally had it, and it was Doctor Doom. So we had to start talking about Doctor Doom even before we officially pivoted from Kang. In fact,
it's a
I had
lie.
started talking with Robert Downey Jr. about this audacious idea before Ant-Man 3 even came out. It was a long plan that we had to take one of our greatest characters and utilize one of our greatest actors. I do not believe that,
That in one sense. I don't believe that. I
No.
at
think
all.
after the fallout of how bad Quantumanium did, and then the fallout with Jonathan
Right.
Major, I think they were like, "Oh crap!" Now
Right.
let's talk about. Remember that thing I told you about? Let's do that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
The audacity is him getting us to believe this article.
it's Epstein files all over again. Again, I said if they were so set on Doom, they would have been dropping Easter eggs for us
Yep.
back.
This
You
would
know
have leaked. I honestly think this would have leaked.
Not even because like before we even heard Black Panther, when was the first
Right.
time we heard Wakanda?
Right.
Age of Ultron.
Yep.
That was the first time, and then
Yep.
no one paid any attention to it until then. Like, oh crap! They said Wakanda and Vibranium back in.
Right. As
and
soon
they,
as we heard that on screen, you were like, "Oh snap!"
and they did it all throughout the movies. For example, when in what was that Infinity War or Endgame? Was it Endgame? When an Okoye is like earthquakes off the coast of
Right.
thing. We knew what that was going to be. That was going to be
Yep.
Namor.
Yeah.
So if they were set on, if they had a plan for Doom, like he said he did back then, we would have seen little breadcrumbs already.
Right.
Right.
I mean, Namor would have mentioned, like a battle with him or something like that. Like something would have
Or
happened.
his country would have been mentioned somewhere down the road
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something.
Instead of like we get to just mention now in Daredevil, it's like what?
Just
They're
to be
just
fair,
throwing
though,
stuff, man.
going back to the Alien bar, Fletch Alien Resurrection showed that the Earth was in post-apocalyptic state in its special edition, so it does kind of fit it.
No, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that it doesn't fit. I mean, it has all kind of dystopian things, but he's basically saying, I'm going to make it current thing. So whenever you do it current things, like remember when things like are very specific in movies for that year and you watch it now and you're like, dude, right? It's like it just ages the movie.
Right.
I'm
It
waiting for
ages the
I'm
show.
waiting for my flying cars from my
That's what I'm
hoverboards
saying.
from
Back to the Future. Seriously, they
The
completely misfired that
hoverboards,
one.
man.
I thought
They-
I gotta find that post. Someone has a list of where we at in the movie timelines, like there's certain years of future.
Oh,
movies.
really?
Yeah. Someone like we're right here between that movie, so it's pretty funny.
Oh, Children of Men. You talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
Right.
We're in Children of Men area right now.
and solid green. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of more recent and current things, who's going to see Del Fantástico Cuatro tomorrow?
I am.
I'm going tomorrow.
You're going tomorrow too?
Friday. I got Friday.
I got nothing else to do. I'm off for the next 4 weeks, so
Yeah, no, I'm checking it out tomorrow as well. At 3 something.
Hopefully, it won't be a disappointment.
I want this to be a good movie.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want it to be a bad movie.
That's
Okay.
about for 8. It's 88%.
I'm gonna clip Danny saying that and put like a face of Igor on it because it sounded great. Hopefully, I'm not disappointed. Pooh.
Contrary to what Brooklyn said, we're not dissatisfied with just some of the stuff. Is just crazy. I mean,
it's like-
we all want these comic book movies
To
to
be awesome. Yeah.
be awesome and to be successful. But when you look at the numbers, when you look at some of these things that they're saying, when you look at Kevin Feige is kind of going wishy-washy, it just gives you cause for pause.
We say this because we care, Brooklyn. It's like you
Yeah.
have that your child and they're not doing right. It's like I know you're better than this. Just
Yeah.
I know you're capable of being better. Just do it. You know.
Yeah, we're not mad. We're just disappointed.
I'm just calling out that he's lying.
He's lying.
You lied.
Kevin Feige got caught with all these interviews in the last week or so.
Oh yeah.
Of all
He
things
was-
you're saying.
When he first started, I said it. I even got the thing on my computer still. Genius.
yeah.
I need to change genius to opportunist because that was he's starting to sound like.
I'm taking back my in Feige we trust.
Seriously. It's crazy.
Changing t-shirts.
But it's insane how you're saying that, right? Because it's like we were so up there
Right.
Never meet your idols, they say.
with
Yeah.
with believing in everything he was doing, and then
Right.
Because he had a perfect track record.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Golden
Exactly.
boy. Do no wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's read a little bit what people had to say about the movie. The Fantastic Four: First Steps is the best Fantastic Four adaptation to date, even though the movie mostly works as a promising starting point for the future MCU entries. Because this is the first movie of Phase 6, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Basically,
Officially.
a reboot. Basically,
Basically, no, it's like a reset. Because,
reset.
right? Yeah, it's
Sorry,
a reset.
reset.
Yeah,
Reset.
it's a reset.
Yeah.
James Vernier says, yes, they got it right this time. Team Fantastic Four is a lot of fun. Retro futuristic setting is too. Galactus is towering arch enemy. All right. Okay. Amy Nicholson says, this staid superhero movie plays like classic sci-fi in which adults wearing sweater vests slowly brainstorm how to resolve a crisis. Watching it, I felt as snug as a being nestled in the backseat of my grandparents' car at a drive-in.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
All right. All right. That's
Hopefully
yeah.
those were your real grandparents and not like, people that took you off the side of
Any
the road.
any rotten reviews? I want to see the
Right.
rotten.
Rotten, there has to
Uh-oh.
be.
Are they
Hold
hiding
on.
them?
Are they hiding them? Yeah, they. Oh no, here we go.
All right.
Yasser Medina. This new reboot features a 1960s retro futuristic aesthetic
Aesthetic.
that has some visual appeal, but unfortunately, I feel like it lacks a hook in its predictable and generic narrative about heroes dealing with family duties. Full review in Espanol.
I mean, that's what superhero movies. They're all pretty much predictable. We kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
They're archetypes, so what do you want? That's literally what they're supposed to be.
Here we go. We got some more here.
Uh-oh.
Jim Shimbri.
Who's that?
Fantastic Boar.
Wow.
Wow.
He really told them.
Oh, yeah.
That
1.5 out of 5.
That was witty.
Look
You know,
at
he
all these
reminded me of
backgrounds.
the what was that? What's it called? Played that cartoon, the animation,
Oh.
The Critic. It sucks.
Oh
It
yeah,
sucks.
I know
Yeah,
you're talking
that
about.
clip.
Yeah, we got our Film Threat YouTuber and movie reviewist, Alan Neck. This is the Fantastic Four. First Steps is good when it should have been great.
I heard that.
6.5 out of 10. Okay.
Okay.
I like his reviews, actually.
Yeah, Alan's good.
Yeah. Fantastic Boar. What is it? Johnny Olkinski says, First Steps marks a slight improvement from the preceding trilogy of terror, but Marvel still can't nail what should have been one of its premiere. First of all, it wasn't a trilogy.
What are you talking about? The Fantastic Four movies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't a trilogy.
They
It
were
was
no
two movies.
connection.
a different movie.
Yeah, a different movie.
Yeah, and
There's 4 movies, if anything. You can't
Yeah.
say trilogy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you have the 1994 one that never came
Oh
to theater.
yeah. We don't talk
Was
about
it 94? Yeah, it was 94.
yeah, 94.
Yeah, so whatever.
I don't
Right.
mind. I don't mind the Justin Alba ones. They weren't bad. They were very hokey and campy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for
They
what
were
they were.
fun, man.
They were
Those are my
fun.
guilty pleasure.
The
I
other-
like them.
Unfortunately, the one with Michael B. Jordan.
That was terrible. I still haven't finished that.
Oh,
Great.
I'm right behind you. I never
Good.
finished it either. I was like, no, I'm
How do you
done.
you have such a good cast and you freaking ruin a movie? And he ruined
Yeah.
Doom so
The
bad.
Doom was
Oh.
terrible.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I didn't
burn
like-
mannequin.
The
I
Doom
didn't
in
like-
the first one was the best one so far.
I didn't like the Doom. And I didn't like the way Mr. Fantastic had those braces to control his power.
Yeah.
The rest
Yeah.
of them looked okay. She looked okay as the Invisible Girl.
Yeah.
I think the Thing was the best thing I've seen
In that one,
in the movies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
DQ says can't be any worse than Fantastic. Right? No, I don't think so. I don't think it will. Lucas Moore, JVS Media Productions team and JVS says some of the best visuals Marvel's has produced in years can't make up for the slow-paced, talkative, action-deficient movie that feels more like Star Trek episode than a big-budget movie. This Fantastic Four adventure is far from fantastic.
And I think that's the thing I noticed from some people is they saying the script is good. It's
No,
family.
Pacing is slow.
Yeah, I think it's some people just want action. I think, and I'm like, okay, but you gotta have a story.
Yeah, you need a balance. Yeah, you need a balance of it.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And I think a lot of people going and thinking that Fantastic Four is very like superhero-y, and it is in a sense, but I mean, the original comics and part of even like the the movies, it does dwell more like in science fiction, and it's a very
Science,
heavy
science, yeah.
science fiction comic and movies. They're lean into that. That's kind of like their stick.
And they do
Right.
focus a lot on family with these characters a lot. It's always a family issue
Yeah.
that we got to deal with within it. So
Yep.
Let's see what Robbie Collin, top critic from the UK, says. He says, "It all makes you wish that Marvel had reached this a point years ago, yet at least they're here now, and the result is very unusual sort of franchise installment, one that feels every inch a one-off." So it's great, 4 out of 5,
There we
but
go.
it feels like it's going to be a one-off. Well,
I mean,
we're going to get these characters in Avengers Doomsday.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you got it because it's.
Yeah.
I saw the storyline on YouTube and I'm like, wow.
yo, you cheated.
Don't cheat. Don't cheat.
I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating.
Also, Doralde says, what if they created is a toy box, a diorama that marries design styles and technology, but that never feels like a place where actual people live? Oh, come on. What?
Wow.
Come
This,
on. I
It's
felt like
funny.
I lived in the Jetsons when it was a cartoon.
thank you.
It's funny. This feels like those. Some of them feel a little bit disingenuous. It's like those 1-star reviews and like for like KFC or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't give me napkins, or they were out of the hot spicy or whatever. And
Nothing
you're
about
like,
the food. It's like
right? Yeah.
And to finish off this negative, Giovanni Lago says, thankfully, Shackman avoids references to obscure Disney Plus lore, allowing First Steps to stand mostly on its own. Yet this remains exactly that many cynics expected, a slickly packaged period film that eventually surrenders to the usual superhero routine. 5 out of 10.
I don't trust this guy with no picture, man.
Yeah.
No, but but see right here it says, a lot of people say this though. The fact that they don't have to go back to Disney Plus shows to do homework. Yeah. And I think as much as, us as fans and things like that, we don't mind it because we like it. But for normies that are just casual viewers and, for them, they don't want to have that homework.
Right.
And sometimes the movie does autocorrect themselves or give points to like refresh or what's it called? Oh my god!
They do like a recap.
Thank you, recap. That was the word I was looking for. Recap in order by
some
dialogue, right?
Deposition and explain.
Yeah, exactly. So that works. That works well when they do it in shows like that. But I get it. Yesterday talking with Erica on the stream, she doesn't have the background on the comic books and for them is like they go based off what our opinions are, and they get thrown in a movie. They're like, where's this coming from, right? Where you have to go watch like 4 movies ago to find out where that was referenced, right?
But again, if you're building a universe, you kind of expect that. It's not these aren't one-off movies where So I see both issues in it, and I said the same thing. I complained about it too. You have to watch these shows to understand, but you have to find that balance. I guess I think we talked about how it went from we complained that Disney Plus didn't have any shows, then they overcorrected and had too many shows, and they never really found that right balance.
I think it goes back. You're right. It goes back to not having them interconnect as well as the first 3 phases did. I think that really hurt because if they really at least interconnected, then you can say people would go back just to see that end credit scene or last 10, 15 minutes of the movie just to see what happened and how that connected into the next one. But this last couple of phases, you can go back to it. Shang-Chi doesn't go anywhere. Quantumania doesn't go anywhere. I'm probably missing some more,
A lot
Marvels,
of them.
The Marvels.
The Marvel connected to Miss Marvel. We had Falcon.
Well, but I'm saying the end credit scene from the Marvels.
Yeah, Not one.
What was that? I don't even remember what that end credit scene was. Danny, you remember?
The only one that has really connected is Thunderbolts to Fantastic Four.
But they had to.
That's the only.
Which was-
That's the only direct connection we have to a feature movie.
Which was
Thunderbolts.
directed by the Russo brothers.
Yep.
Right.
Right? They did the Thunderbolts end credit scene, and apparently Fantastic Four end credit scene is done by them as well.
And I'm pretty
And
sure.
from what I hear, the Fantastic Four end credit scene, like the Thunderbolts end credit scene, doesn't connect to this movie.
Well, it's this. It's just this.
You're gonna see another one, not
Yeah.
this year, but next year, because
Oh,
Brave New World of end scene credit is gonna tie in directly with Doomsday or Secret Wars.
Well, to one of them, right? Because remember, he said that this is not the only world.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's probably Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Makes more sense, Danny. Frank, you're right.
You're right.
But like I said, the first three phases they were hitting their stride because we saw an end scene credit in a year, 18 months max. We saw the payoff. They're not doing that now. It's 24 months, 2.5 years, 3 years.
If there even is a payoff at all, you know.
Because right now, when did Marshall Ali when they announced him as Blade?
6 years ago.
After Eternals.
6 years ago now.
You know what I'm saying? When they first say he was coming out, he's gonna be Blade. Maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then they show him in Eternals. Or
It
we
was,
hear
it
his voice.
was 2019, Danny.
All right, so that's 21, 2, 3, 4, 25. 6 years ago, he made that announcement. Eternals came out, what, 23 years ago? Wow. And we still ain't seen a Blade.
Yeah.
So I put this man in that situation because he's going to have a legitimate gripe. Look, if I sign a 3 movie deal, I could be in my 60s playing Blade.
Pushing.
You might as well let Wesley Snipes do it.
Yeah, but exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. At least in some capacity, and we've said it before, right? You know, get Marshall Ali.
Yeah, he can't do all the stunts and stuff, but he can do what he did in Wolverine and Deadpool.
You're talking about stunts. Look at the Mortal Kombat movie, Johnny Cage. The actor, oh my God, Keith Urban. He can't do those flips.
Carl Urban,
right?
He can't do all those flips.
Hey guys,
he's doing the role.
So.
All right, G, check you later, man.
All right, talk later, guys.
Y'all gonna? I still think y'all can get. I say it all the time. They could have done one of those hour-long specials to introduce Blade.
Yep.
Like the do it around Halloween. Like they did that werewolf one. Just have Blade hunting one vampire. That's all you gotta do, and then go into the movie.
You could have had Blade show up like for a second in Agatha. You know. Oh, you're a witch, not a vampire.
Mother.
Or you could have had like all you had to do was like do an hour-long special where it's like some kind of vampire thing where they're being hunted, but they don't know who being hunted by. And at the very end, you see Blade, and that introduces the character.
Blade is never gonna happen.
I should be a movie producer.
Blade is never gonna happen. But you know what happened? We stuck another landing this week, guys. Good.
Woohoo!
Good show.
I Mary Looted on one foot.
You're married.
you won't get the reference, but
I was gonna ask you, DJ. So how long are you out for?
at least they're saying anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
So I go back to the doctor next week because the graphic. I literally have like a drainage tube in me right now. Yeah. And I literally have a hole in me right now. So
wait a minute. So now you can do the Covenant 12-hour gaming stream because you ain't got to go nowhere.
No, I can't sit down for 12 hours.
It's like, don't you got to go to the bathroom? I just did.
Here's what you said before I left, DJ. What they could have done to try and breathe some life into that terrible movie, which is Morbius, they could have had that hour special or whatever, and Blade could have been hunting that female that he turned at the end.
Yeah.
You're right.
That could have breathed a little bit of life into Morbius and maybe
get some excitement, you know.
Isn't him and Morbius, are they part of the Midnight Suns?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Again, that's what I want.
That would make too much sense.
That would make too much sense. They don't want to. They don't want to make sense.
That would be
Sony screwed the pooch.
That would be a good Disney Plus show series. Midnight Suns.
Not just a pooch.
Let her come because she's not used to. She ain't been trained and she just going crazy. And then Morbius, meet
Yep.
Blade. They kind of bump heads, but at the end they join forces.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because Morbius trying to help her, Blade trying to hunt her, kind of
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Venom comes out. I mean, come on.
And Craven the Hunter.
Oh
Yeah.
God, y'all. Oh my God, I
Shifty-
watched that movie. Oh my God, thank God I was not paying
You can
that.
say whatever you want to. It's the best out of
the three, 100%.
the three.
Out of the three,
I will
100%.
say, action wise, it had the best action.
It's the
you
best
know.
out of the three.
I was disappointed there was no It's Craven time.
You saying better than Venom?
No, I said we didn't get It's
no,
Craven time.
The three I'm talking about is Craven, Madam Web,
Oh yeah.
and Morbius.
Oh yeah. I could watch
Well,
Craven
Venom's
over
aside.
It's not better than Venom.
Oh yeah, I could watch Craven again over those two.
See what Shifty says right here. The dumbest thing is Jon Snow is never coming back as Black Knight. Nope. I think he's done. I think in an interview I think he's done with it. He's not interested in coming back.
That was one of the best end credit scenes they had. Starting off that voice, I was like, yes.
And you know why? Because in some cases, MCU is a career killer.
Now
you get stuck. You get stuck. Yeah,
you get typecasted, and you like,
because Chris Evans hasn't done anything blockbusterish.
He's done some movies, but nothing like has broke the banks. You know, he's done like
the only one that's been successful
not coming.
that left there. That played the new Captain America. He's pretty successful.
Russell.
No.
Kurt Russell's son, no?
Yeah. No. I'm talking about
new Captain America.
Talking about Sam.
Oh,
he would do a movie before this, so he
was famous before this.
He played in a lot of roles.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he go to like Yale or Juilliard or
something? Him and Samuel Jackson did a movie together about a bank or something.
Yeah, that was a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, you referred that to me.
Anthony Mackie's got a good movie. If you go back and watch a lot of his old stuff, he's got he does a lot of starring roles, but he's always like a supporting actor in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
See, Hemsworth. You know what? I'm actually interested. What they're gonna do? Right? He has another one. Apparently, it's gonna be real Thor. Like
he got more range than that. I think not Downey Jr., but than Chris Evans, because I almost didn't recognize him in the Mad Max Futura.
Oh yeah, we all.
I was like, is that him? Is it not? Some days I finally caught it, but I'm like.
And
you sure?
He can carry a different franchise. Look at
I think
Extraction.
Extraction.
I think
shame it never came into the theater.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Anik says, "Are you guys excited for tomorrow?"
I won't say excitement.
I am looking forward.
I'm going with positive vibes.
I'm saying very interested. I don't know about excited.
I hope it is a good movie.
But I'm going to ask myself, like I always do, did I waste my money? Yeah, I really felt like I wasted my Superman money. I'm just saying.
Well,
what does the poll is that now?
Oh, the poll.
That's what I'm checking right now. Actually, thank you for saying that. The poll was this: Fantastic Four will make how many millions?
125. What I put.
All right.
What was our numbers that we said?
Our numbers. Hold on. Our numbers, I think, are here.
120, 200, and 175 in the.
And the poll is 120, 200, and 175 million. 46% said 120 million domestic opening weekend. 31% said 200 million opening weekend domestically.
It'll never make that.
And 175 million, 23% said. So that's what the poll is.
What is Jurassic Park making now?
Oh, Jurassic Park.
It's at over 600 now.
A bunch of money. It's worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide it's over 600.
Actually, it's so much worldwide that Pitbull is going to sue.
Mr. Worldwide.
It's at 656.
Yeah, that's on track for a Jurassic Park movie. We all said that's dinosaur.
Yeah, dinosaurs have rewatchability.
Yeah.
Are any of y'all watching that show called The Institute? I heard it's pretty good.
The Stephen King one.
No,
it's on Prime Video.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I'm reading that book, The Walker, over again for that movie comes out. That movie looks good.
Hold on a second. I'm looking. Well, that's a Superman version.
If you finding something You want to find something interesting, DJ? Check out Sandman.
Yeah, I started there. I'm episode 2, so
I do
started.
not recall where I left our numbers for the freaking thing
That's what
for.
she said.
Yeah, they're somewhere.
I think I was like 100, 110, something like that.
I think I was like at 175, I believe.
But
I was 175.
you
I have
want-
to find
you
them.
want-
Yeah.
Before we go,
Yeah, I have the numbers for Naked Gun, but no, that's not it.
before we go, R.I.P. Malcolm Jamal Warner.
I know.
Yes. Yes,
Dude,
that was
man.
terrible, man. The sad part is that I was reading on it today. The beach he was at is known for those rip currents.
Yeah, Connor.
And they actually had signs on the beach
About it.
that said if you get caught into one, right, you have to swim parallel to
Yep.
the
Don't-
coast,
Yep.
not towards the coast, because all it does is just pulls you in even more.
I live on the beach, so I know all about rip currents.
So-
Yeah.
So
Costa
there's no
Rica, man.
there's no
Lifeguards.
lifeguards on that beach.
Well, they
It's
said that
swim-
they did
Yeah.
CPR for 30 minutes.
Well, they
Yeah.
did CPR. Apparently, they interviewed one of the guys that were there. There were surfers there. So
Okay.
when one of the surfers saw the body not moving in the water, they put him on the surfboard and started giving mouth to mouth on the surfboard.
Yeah.
And when they saw that he was not responsive, they took the surfboard, like they went up to shore, and that's when they started doing CPR.
Yeah.
And this is all in front of his family that was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
It's funny
that's
though,
I
that's
saw that. I think didn't the day Ozzy Osbourne die? Or was that yesterday?
Yes, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It's
So-
funny because Malcolm, the day before we were watching Community, Kylie, and we were talking. It's like, I know him from where it's like, yeah, he played on Cosby Show. The day before he died, we were talking about him.
No.
It's truly sad, man. He was 57, I believe.
Yeah.
57, yeah.
54.
young, man.
54.
He was the same
Yeah.
age.
Yeah. And then Ozzy died. Ozzy had his last
Ozzy
performance.
was like what, 76, if I'm
Yeah.
mistaken.
They did.
Yeah.
He did a big performance last month or a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
He
was
was-
like the beginning of this month,
Yeah.
and gave all the money to charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think he raised over what was it, like over like a few $1 million to for hospitals.
Did they say why he died? Just natural causes or just heart attack?
They didn't disclose it completely. He had Parkinson's. Was it
Yeah.
Parkinson's?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold
'Cause I
on.
heard he would just sit up. He would just sit in a chair on stage.
Yeah,
and
he
Yeah,
was.
he
There
said
was
on
one.
stage.
There was one point that he got up, I believe, but
Yes, it
not
was
just for
just-
one song.
yeah,
just
just
for
for
songs.
one.
He said, what was the disease?
I tell you, I used to love War Pigs, boy. That when I played Guitar Hero, that was it, boy.
All right, so he had Parkinson's disease,
Okay.
but they don't say if that was the only cause of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that happens with Parkinson's disease.
Yeah. Parts of the body. yeah.
Organs and things that how it affects you as well. And we all know that he had a
A
very,
very wild life.
very wild
Right?
life. Yeah, very wild life. But no, man, his show, The Osbournes, man.
I
was
love
talking
that
to my
show back
wife.
in the day.
Yeah.
I love
We
that
were-
show. Sharon!
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
Which
It-
I
it
like
just-
better than that though. Gene Simmons' Family Jewels. You ever
Yes,
watch that?
those are good
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
yeah,
those are
Boy,
good too.
Those shows are good.
No, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I know people are a little ghoulish online. We know that for a fact. But this one was a little bit funny because they had a picture of Keith Richards and like lightning behind him and saying like, Keith Richards feels the quickening.
Wow.
Can only be one.
Did you see the picture that they did of Ozzy Osbourne going to the gates of heaven and
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Jesus is there and don't bite off the head of the
Don't bite
pigeon
off the head of the pigeon.
and he's holding the pigeon,
Yeah.
right?
I know the bat.
Yeah.
Was it a bat or a pigeon he bit?
A bat.
A bat, yeah.
A
Yeah,
bat.
bat,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the interview that they said
Did he
after
drink
he
the
goes,
blood too?
yeah,
Oh, he did. Him and Lizzie Borden had like
Yeah.
a gross off.
yeah. But the interview after he bit the bat is like, oh, if I knew if it was real, I wouldn't have bitten the bat. I'm like, how did you not know it was real?
Drugs,
Like,
man.
crazy guy, man. Drugs, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Yeah, but saying that, man, Yeah, thanks guys for being here. Thank you everybody in the chat. Again, we had like 17 people viewing at one point.
Nice.
Awesome over on Rumble and here on the YouTube.
How we doing on subscribers, Mr.
I'm at 901.
Ooh,
901.
99 to go, y'all. 99.
Yeah, 99 more to go.
Subscribe if you're not
Happens,
subscribed.
happens. Yeah, absolutely. Fletch, tell the fine people of this channel where they can find you.
You can find me in my channel, Fletcher Sucker Games channel. Also have a Catholic channel if you guys want to hear a little bit of news with a little bit of nerd and religion. It's Indignant Desert Birds. Links are in the description. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here, brother. DJ, glad you're feeling better, man. Seriously.
Yep, feeling better. You find my channel Talking Black Guy. They're here Wednesday nights, Sunday nights with Danny and Gaskar and Rob on Storms Live. I might do a live review tomorrow of Fantastic Four when I get home, depending on how I feel after the movie. So non-spoiler. We'll just kind of get on here and just discuss. So
sounds good.
Check me out.
Nice. And Danny from the Road to Wisdom.
What up, gents? My channel's Road to Wisdom. Catch me on Mondays and Fridays where I try to upload something around about somewhere between 7 and 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also every Wednesday night here at 8. Also Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Storms Live along with these two gentlemen and Robert Storm. Sometime on the OOC. Mondays night, the first 3 Mondays of each month is the Chaos Central shows, which is mine, Chaotic Conversation, Chaos List, Rule of 3. So come check us out. And I'm trying to really dabble in one of my shows called Dapper Danny, where I try to give pointers on do's and don'ts of wearing suits, when to wear suits, what kind of suits, that kind of stuff. So please check it out. I got 2 videos on that already uploaded.
Yeah.
So check that out if you're not doing anything. Try and get my subscribers up. Trying to get to 2,000 subscribers.
Let's do it. That was funny because I was watching your Dapper one, the one about the suits for church and the suits for business. Yeah. And my eldest was passing by and she goes, "Is that Danny in a suit?" And I'm like, yeah, he does that. And he goes, "Oh, that's really cool." So yeah, just I wanted to tell you that she thought it was really cool, man. Yeah. Saying that, guys, we stuck another one, and make sure to rewatch this on the playlists that I have on my channel to crank up those watch hours. And we'll be back next week for another one. And saying that, guys, I want to thank you guys on the panel because, like I said, you're my therapy. You make me feel good, Jenny.
Jenny, life was like a box of chocolates.
Life is like a box of frijoles negros.
And saying that, catch you on next week.
Yeah, had to say it.
Almost the whole show without saying it.
Love you guys. Catch y'all next week.
Call ice on you.